Hello, my name is Samar. I also go by Sam or First Time Panner. Any of those you want to call me, you can. Excuse me looking just a little bit crazy. I was silly and did a bunch of apartment tours in the summer heat in a sweatshirt and jeans. And there were no elevators. We were taking the stairs all the way up those 3 stories multiple times. So yeah, that's why I look like this. I would say not very fresh. I don't want to put myself down too much. This will be my Q2 makeup recap. So I'm going all over, oh my god, I already can't speak and this is gonna be a long video. I'm going over all of my Empties purchases / acquisitions and declutters for Q2, and this is the halfway through the year mark. Listen, I feel like I've also been hinting at it and kind of just saying it outright in my last few videos as well, but this was just like really bad quarter as far as I'm supposed to be on a no buy, and this is not reflective of that at all. I just want to preface this, it's not an excuse. I went kind of on a rampage, this year has been difficult and I was doing very well. I only had a few purchases in the first quarter of the year, and most of them were like within my rules of if it's being discontinued and it's on my wish list, I'm allowed to get it. Other than that, I only had one purchase and I was doing really well. And then first the Sephora sale, and then it was my birthday month, so I had like all these free like birthday gifts, and then on top of that was like extra discounts and extra points on top of everything, and then I also had a $100 Sephora gift card that I just got through my points. So it was just like a culmination of a bunch of things. Well, you'll see, but like it's actually a very shocking amount of products that I purchased or have entered my collection in the past 3 months. So I'm just gonna get into it and I'll get this part over with so that you forget about it by the end of the video. But the first thing that I bought, I'll start with the things that were like not breaking my rules, as far as these were declutters or not declutters. These were things that were given to me, or things that I purchased because they were being discontinued. So the first thing is Terra Moons. Again, these are not all of them that I bought this quarter. I have the ones that I bought from like in the beginning of the year in January also in here, and I think I bought 5 new ones. I can't exactly remember how many, but I did buy a few more Terra Moon singles that were on my list that were being discontinued, because my Terra Moons list is like 20 eyeshadows long at all times. So yeah, I kind of just went through it and got all the ones that were being discontinued, and yeah, that's that. These are all very beautiful. I don't regret purchasing them because I'd rather have them than not have them. But yeah, I did start off the quarter, with some purchases already, and then the VIB sale happened. Technically this was breaking the rules anyway, but this was the only makeup item that I bought from the VIB sale, and it's their Best Skin Ever. It's their like little, not that side, that's the brush. It's their like pinpoint concealer, and I thought this would be really handy to have because sometimes I just like don't want to put concealer on my face, except I have something that really needs to be covered. I don't usually get like super red or super dark spots on my face, but sometimes I do. So yeah, this was against my rules, but this is something that I did not have in my collection, so it's very handy. And then I was given a few makeup items because my mother now lives in a different state, and she made a Sephora order, but she accidentally, I don't know like what happened, I think it was just like a glitch in the system, or maybe it was her fault, I don't know, but her package was sent to her old apartment in San Diego, so she ended up getting that package replaced anyway and sent to the correct address, but she wanted me to grab the package for her because it had a few things that were discontinued in there, so she wanted me to save them and then bring them to her when I was visiting. So I did that, but then she already had replacements of everything else in the package. So she wanted me to just keep a few of the items. Like, she specifically asked me to keep them. And one is the MAC lip liner, I think in the shade Chestnut, kind of just like the shade that everyone has. And you've probably seen this a million times. I think I just swatched this once, but this is what it looks like. It's just another dark brown lip liner, and I'm already panning so many of them. And then this lipstick in the shade Sea Sheer, it's from their like lip gloss or luster glass collection. It's like a grapefruit color, and I feel like I would never wear this, but yeah, she already had another one that she was getting in her package that was delivered to her house, so she was just like, I want you to keep it. And I was like, okay. So that does, like, I don't know, it's not good for my no buy because I also want my collection to shrink. That was the main point of the no buy. But I mean, she thought of it as like a gift to me, even though it was like her declutters to me. Then I had a Sephora VIB like $100 Rouge gift card, and I bought 3 of the Danessa Myricks eyeshadow duos, and you would have already heard about this because I had these in my Old New Gifted Blue project to use them all, no eyeshadow stick left behind. I wanted to use all the sides at least once. So I have used these, but yeah, these definitely 100% broke my no buy. I mainly wanted to get them because, well, first, Sephora now had the like 2 Danessa Myricks website exclusive shades in stock, so I kind of want to check those out. But then she also came out with her Infinity Duo, which was a new shade, and I knew I wanted this one because it was like both foil sides. So I thought, what better way to spend my gift card than on these that I knew I was gonna love. Oh, and then 2 more items that I forgot about that were being discontinued that I wanted to snatch up before they were gone. First is this KVD eyeshadow stick. This is the Dazzle stick in the shade Dusk Rush, shade 80. I don't really know, but it's like the purple and blue one. It is so pretty. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it in there, but I already have the Tornado Haze one, which is like the green and pink one, so I knew I liked the formula and the finish of it. And yeah, KVD, I noticed like all of their stuff was on sale, so I went into Ulta to see, like, I just wanted to swatch this to see if I should put it on my list or not. And then I was asking the lady in Ulta, and I don't know if, like, I actually haven't checked, to be honest, so maybe this is still available, but when I went in, she said that KVD was gone, so I assumed that she meant it was being discontinued. So yeah, I just snatched it up before it was gone. And then finally, I did make a Dose of Colors order, and I'll get to the other items in it later. But one thing that I 100% was not going to be without was my Dose of Colors lip oil in the shade Pretty Nice. These are like their older lip oils that came out with the 9 Years Later collection from, I think, like 2023. These are pretty old, but I've already gone through 2 of these. This is like one of my favorite lip products ever, and it was being discontinued. It was on major sale for a very long time, and then I decided during my birthday months, because, you know, I had an extra discount, I was gonna make a Dose of Colors order, and I also knew that these were gonna be gone very soon. And literally a few days after I ordered this, it was completely gone from the website, so I literally got it just in time. And now we're all back onto things that I really did not need to buy and I should not have bought, but I did anyway. So the other items that I bought from Dose of Colors are their eyeshadow sticks, and these are the It's Literally Magic multi-use shimmer sticks. Listen, I bought all 5 shades. They originally had 2 shades, and then they recently came out with like an additional 3. The original 2 had been out of stock for like, after their initial release, they were out of stock for like about a year, I think, and then they came back in stock, I think sometime last year, and I was gonna buy them, but I was like, no, I don't need them right now. They're like, they seem to be permanent items, so I did not get them. But then they came out with the 3 new shades, and I knew I was gonna make a Dose of Colors purchase anyway, because I really wanted this lip oil. So I was like, you know, and I have a birthday discount, and like previously discounts did not work on these eyeshadow sticks because they were so new and everyone wanted them, but my birthday discount did apply to these. So I was like, let me just, you know, get them because I want them and I'm making a purchase anyway. I originally was not going to get all 5 of them. There was, I can't remember which one it was. Oh yeah, the shade Sunset, which is like the gold one. I originally was not gonna get that one because sorry if you heard my pinky crack, the swatches on their website did not look the greatest. Also, I don't know if it's just like the way my screen looks, but I feel like it looks so dark. I don't know why, because I'm using the exact same lighting as always. But the swatches on their site just didn't look that great. But then I saw someone swatching it on YouTube. I think Glam's Liddy, I think that's her name, I'm not sure, but her swatches looked so beautiful, and she was saying how there's like a yellow green reflex, and you know that's like my favorite, yellow green. I love like green with hints of yellow, and I guess this one is like green tinted yellow, but when she said that, and her swatches look like it as well, I just had to buy it. So I bought all 5, but it's not like a collector's thing. Like I genuinely love all of the shades of these. And then I kind of went crazy with my birthday discount at Ulta as well, because I bought 3 different items from them. If you didn't know, my birthday is in May, so I did purchase these items before the KVD Dazzle Stick. But yeah, listen, I was in Ulta. I shouldn't have done that, because I know Steph always says this, but like when you're in the store and you see things in person, it just makes you want to buy them even more. So I was in the store. I can't remember exactly why. Oh yeah, I was picking up my birthday gift in store. And by the way, I did not pick a makeup item for my birthday gift. I got a lip balm, which I also don't need. But then I was just kind of like perusing, and then I saw, also Steph has been raving about these Bobbi Brown Crystal Eyes shadow sticks. And I just think they're so beautiful, but I was like, no, I don't need those because I have the Dose of Colors ones. But then I saw Steph put, I don't think it was this shade, I think it was a different one, but she put it on her eyes and it just looked so amazingly beautiful in her video. And then I swatched them in store, and all the other shades I could probably do without, but this one called Brilliant Pink, and it's more like a peachy pink. It is just so beautiful. I'm actually planning on doing a get ready with me with this, because everything else I bought from Ulta is also kind of that peachy pink type of tone, so I could do like a monochromatic get ready with me. But anyway, I bought this one, and then I also saw in like the drugstore section, I passed by the e.l.f. plumping lip oils, and I was never planning on buying the plumping lip oils, so I kind of just like looked at it, and they're like so beautiful in the tube. It just looks like absolutely stunning to me. So I did not end up getting it, but then I was kind of like looking at reviews on YouTube, because I don't like the plumping sensation or the heat or like the bad taste that you get in your mouth with these. And I watched some reviews on YouTube, and they were like, oh no, it doesn't burn at all, it's just like that minty sensation. I will say this, because their regular lip oils do have that minty sensation, but they're not plumping. This one does burn a little bit, however it's nowhere near like other lip plumping things that I've tried on my lips, especially that like Dr. Jart lip plumper that I tried. That was like so painful. This is nothing like that. It is slightly burny, but nothing super uncomfortable. But it does, if you get it in your mouth, it does have a little bit of a bad taste. So I wouldn't purchase any other shades of this. But I just think this one is so beautiful, and I really do love the way it looks on my lips. It is so pretty. It's like a peach. These are all very sheer, but it's like a peach, but with like blue, pink, and purple little flecks of glitter in it. It's so pretty. And then the final thing that I got was this Milani Baked Blush in the shade Rose d'Oro. I've never tried any of the Milani Baked Blushes, but I know they're super popular. But I saw this in store. I was actually at a Target. Like, this was before I made that Ulta trip. I was in Target in the Milani section because I was looking for a new mascara, which I didn't end up buying. But I saw this blush and it just looked like the most beautiful blush ever. I have another blush, like an orange tone blush, in my Pat McGrath face palette. This one I would say is more of like a coral pink. But I absolutely love that blush for like a more like springy orange shade. So I just thought that I would love this blush because it's so pretty and I love an orange blush. So while I was at Ulta, I ended up also getting this blush. This is so bad and it only gets worse. Then finally in that Ulta order, I got something that has been on my wish list for a very long time. And by the way, all of these items were like, it was like a birthday discount and birthday double points, and then also there was a thing at that time that was like an extra 20% off certain brands. So I purchased all of these in that order because they kind of all applied. So I did get a very good deal on these, but that's still no excuse. But anyway, the last item that I got in that purchase was this Milani Fruit Fresh lip oil in the shade Black Cherry Vanilla. I have 2 other shades of this, but I had my eye on this one for so long. This has been on my list for like at least a year now because it's like a super I purple sparkly one, and I can like barely get the doe foot out. It's so huge. Oh, it smells so good. I love these like nearly black purple shades because I feel like they just like really complement my lip color, and I already knew that I liked the formula of these. So I just got it. I bought it, you know. I hold my hands up. I shouldn't have, but I did. I also got 2 other products from Ulta. One is a brow pen from Milani. I don't feel bad about this because I'm nearly done with the current brow pen that I have. And this is something that I use every day. So once that one is done, I need something to replace it with. So I just got a backup. And then something else from, I don't know if it's like the Ulta Marketplace, because it was like Sigma. I don't know, it was like I bought it from the Ulta site, but it wasn't really Ulta. But anyway, this is the Sigma Infinity lipstick in the shade Red Velvet. This is a repurchase for me. I had one before, but it went bad after I'd had it for like maybe a few years. I absolutely love the shade so much, and I really wanted to repurchase it, but I was like, no, I have to finish some other lip products before I buy it. And then I went on my no buy. Like, I wanted to repurchase it, but then I just never got around to purchasing it from the Sigma site because I didn't want to pay for shipping. And then I went on my no buy, and then I saw this was on like major sale at Ulta, and only like a few of the shades were left, so I assumed it was being discontinued, so I kind of jumped the gun. It is not being discontinued. I thought it was, so I will say my intentions were good. I'm still happy to have it in my collection, but I did buy it earlier than I probably should have because it's still around just on the Sigma site. Then another item that's like technically a backup, so I don't mind that I purchased it, is the new Merit mascara. This is the Clean Volume mascara in the shade Brown. As I always say, I always have a black and a brown mascara open at all times. And I am very, not quite yet, so I'm not including it in this round of empties, but I am very close to finishing my current brown mascara, and I don't have any in backup. So I just bought the Merit one because I've been looking for like a more clean, yeah, I've been really eyeing Merit and Milani specifically for some of their new releases, so I wanted to try this one out. Okay, these two, like, I definitely should not have bought these. These are 2 of the Fenty Gloss Bomb sticks. I like genuinely don't know what was going on in my mind when I bought these. And then I also, like, as a gift with purchase, I picked the like mini Gloss Bomb. Why did I do this? Like, I do love these products, but I genuinely like did not, these are not being discontinued. I didn't need these, so I don't know what was going on in my head when I purchased these. But these are the Gloss Bomb Sticks in the shade Iced Amethyst, which I'll admit has been on my list for a very long time because it's like a very beautiful shade, but I didn't need it just now. And then the one in Rose Amber, which I've been obsessed with the Rose Amber gloss bombs and like gloss bomb oils from Fenty, so I kind of wanted to try this one because I do like the formula of this as well. But I'm just honestly like, these two are the two that I'm most disappointed in myself for buying, plus the like Bobbi Brown shadow stick, because I didn't need like those three. And then like this mini gloss bomb, I also didn't need this. Like, why did I pick these? And then finally, as another gift with purchase, I got one of these mini Laura Mercier translucent powders. I used to have one of these and I did like the powder, but then I gave one to my mom because she needed it for travel, so I just gave it to her and never got it back. So I'm not mad about having this in my collection in general, but I did not need this as well. So I probably should have picked something else, or just like not picked a gift with purchase, because honestly everything else was probably like more skincare and I already have so much skincare. So that's something I need to work on, is just like not picking a gift with purchase if it's not something I don't need. Okay, now I'm gonna count all of the items that came into my collection. Okay, so 24 of those items, and then I can't remember exactly how many of these single eyeshadows I bought this past quarter, so I'll add that to the total. But that is like absolutely insane, and like I'm genuinely really ashamed of how much I bought these past 3 months, or like how much like entered my collection. Oh, I will also say that when my mom ordered her Sephora package, it also came with the ABH Embers palette, but I'm not planning on keeping this, so for now I'm not counting it. I do have quite a few empties, but I don't even think, yeah, I really don't think it's that many as what came into my collection. But first I'll talk about the declutters. I have 2 declutters. The first one is my NYX This Is Juice Gloss. I'm getting rid of this. It looks like it was only half full, but that's because I was squeezing some of it out. If I don't think you can tell anymore because I think it's gone. But I noticed when I pulled this out a few weeks ago, there was like a whole chunk of it that was just like, I think it was, because this is tinted orange, I think it was the pigment from the gloss that had like settled and completely separated, and I was trying to like squeeze it out so that I could just like get rid of the like bad stuff. And then I was like, why am I doing that? Like, if part of it went bad, the whole thing went bad. So even though I haven't tried this on my lips, I don't know if it truly went bad and it still smells the same. I don't want to risk it, especially not for a clear gloss. I like literally never wear clear lip gloss. I got this as a gift with purchase, and I used it a bit the past few years because I was panning some lip products that I didn't like just matte, so I wanted to put a gloss on top. But both of those products are now not in my collection and will not be coming back into my collection, so I never need this again. So I'm totally fine with decluttering this, especially because it was changing in the tube. And then something that I've already talked about is my LYS Speak Love lip oil in the shade Hot Chocolate. Unfortunately, I do have to get rid of this, and it's only, I bought this at the end of 2024. This is only a 1.5 years old, but I think like a month or 2 ago I smelled this and it smelled horrible. So this was already bad. LYS products, like a lot of them will go bad after only a year in your collection, so I'm not surprised that this went bad, but I am pretty bummed about it because I literally hadn't even ever opened it. Like, it would be one thing if I opened it and let like air and bacteria into it, but this was completely sealed and brand new, so I am disappointed in that. I was planning on panning this with something else this year. I won't be able to do that, but it is what it is, and this is getting decluttered. And now onto all of my other empties. So again, a lot, but definitely not 24. I do have three different powder empties, or no, two powder empties, sorry. I have this mini Bare Minerals original mineral veil. Sorry, these things are very dusty, so you're probably gonna see more dust flying everywhere. This was something that I had, I'm trying to look for the compact. If you ever saw me using this, this powder was long gone like a while ago, but I had Franken this plus a bunch of other powders and like a bunch of samples of the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose powder. I kind of Franken them all into a powder in that compact, and I finished that a while ago, so this is considered done now. I also finished my e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. I feel like I had been using this a lot the past 2 or 3 years, just to Franken things. Like if I thought a powder was too matte or like too pigmented, I would always add this in to Franken with, but I never used it really as a setting powder on its own because I just felt like it was a little bit too glowy for how much I powder, because I do have very oily skin, and by the time I was done powdering my face, I would look like just as shiny and greasy. So I kind of just like Frankened this with stuff over time and eventually finished it that way. I have this e.l.f. putty primer. You would have seen this in my 26 and 2026, so this is not new, but I finished this one up a while ago. Again, I guess I'll go over all the products from that project. I finished my e.l.f. Camo Hydrating CC Cream in the shade Medium 330W. I finished my mini, or like the small size of the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. And then I finished this so long ago, I forgot about it. This is the NYX Sweet Cheeks Soft Cheek Tint Blush Mousse in the shade Nude Tude. And then I finished my NYX Pro Fix Stick Correcting Concealer in the shade Dark Peach. I finished two mascaras, one black and one brown. This brown one is the YSL Lash Clash in the brown shade. I think I finished this way too quickly. Like, I technically didn't finish it, but it seriously dried out on me in less than 4 months. And this is, I did get this on sale, but this is an extremely expensive mascara. I think it should have lasted me at least 4 months bare minimum, because this is like a giant tube as well. And in fact, the current mascara that I have is a mini size of this, and it's drying up on me after only 2 months of use. The other mascara that I finished is this e.l.f. Lash It Loud volumizing mascara, just a mini size in a black shade, and this one lasted me way longer than the YSL one, but it was like one of those spiky ones. I finished two brow products. This one is the e.l.f. Brow Laminating Gel, and this was just so old. I had been using this for like over a year. There's a lot of product in this, and in fact I probably still could get a tiny bit of like this out, but I was just ready to call this done, and I was sick of like going back into the tube for more product. I also finished the Urban Decay Brow Blade in the shade Dark Drapes. I like, just until now I never realized this had a shade name. I don't know why, but it's in the shade Dark Drapes, which is just a dark brown, like a dark neutral brown. I had already finished the pen side, and you can literally see it's like bubbling up. It was leaking. I finished the pen side last year, but I still had pretty much the entire pencil side left, and finally managed to get that done. I realized I definitely prefer a brow pen over a pencil, because I just like the precision that I get a lot more. And I find that because my brows are like so bushy and like never need to be filled in, unless I like actually pluck too much and like pluck out a specific hair. I never need to fill in my brows. I just need like one specific hair. Then I also finished two setting sprays. This is a mini of the Tarte LifeLock. I also finished a mini in the first quarter, but I ended up getting another one as, well, you know what is this? I think this was also technically a purchase, because I got it in the second quarter, but then I also finished it. So add one to my purchases. This is the second one of these that I finished this year. So don't think that I'm like doubling this up from first quarter. And then I finished a mini of the Professional Supersetter from Benefit. I finished one, and then I have another one that once I finish it, I'm not going to be repurchasing it. And then my final 3 empties are lip products, and I just talked about these in my 5 4 3 2 1, so you probably just recently saw these. I was actually waiting to film this video until after I filmed my 5 4 3 2 1, so I wouldn't give any spoilers. But if you don't watch that series, I finished my REM lipstick in the shade Cuddly, not Cloudy. I was calling it Cloudy forever, but it's just like the neutral brown slim lipstick, and I love this lipstick, but I don't think I'll be repurchasing it, at least not now, because I literally have an exact dupe. I need a drink of something. An exact dupe of it from LYS that I have almost the entire thing of. And then I finished these 2 Chubby Stick-esque lip balms from Revlon. These are the Revlon Kiss Balms in the shade Berry Burst and Fresh Strawberry. So these are both done. That's just the plastic that you see there. But those are all of my empties, so I'm gonna count them. Okay, so 16 empties, which is probably, even though that's more empties than I had first quarter, I think maybe I had 11 last quarter. That's probably like half of the amount of items that I brought into my collection this past quarter. So I'm like, I don't know how many times I can say it. I'm very, very disappointed in myself, and that cannot happen again this year because I genuinely wanted to be on a replacement only no buy. So I'm gonna wrap up the video here because I've been filming for about 40 minutes already. But yeah, I'm just gonna make sure this doesn't happen. And I mean, my birthday has come and gone, so I'm not gonna be getting all those like discounts and those like birthday gifts again, so that should definitely help. But yeah, I'm gonna make sure that like literally I mean, I started the year saying this, but literally the only thing I can buy is a replacement of something. And considering I just, maybe other than like a black eyeliner, because that's the only thing I don't have a backup of, everything else I have at least one backup of, so there should be absolutely no more purchasing. But I will see you in my next video, and until then, I hope you have an amazing day. Please don't shame me in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.